In previous videos, we discussed how triads in root position sound more stable than triads in first inversion. This video focuses on second inversion triads, which exhibit an even greater sense of instability by placing the chordal fifth in the lowest voice. All second inversion triads contain a perfect fourth above the bass, yielding an open and airy quality, a feeling of groundlessness that demands eventual resolution to a more stable harmonic plane. Owing to these characteristics, composers like Franz Liszt have used this sonority to invoke ethereal imagery and otherworldly realms. The famous offstage trumpet solo from Respighi's Pines of Rome, for instance, with its ecclesiastical origins, depends heavily on 6/4 chords for its character. This unstable quality plays out in a different way at the end of many classical themes, as a 1-4-6-4-1 progression. In this context, the bass voice, which remains stationary while the other voices change, is referred to as a pedal tone, and second inversion triads that sound over a pedal tone are referred to as pedal 6/4 chords. Much like the neighboring 6/3 chords we saw in the previous chapter, these pedal 6/4 chords create a moment of instability between two stable anchors, most typically in a 1-4-6-4-1 or 5-1-6-4-5 progression, and serve a prolongational function. Six/4 chords can also prolong different positions of a given triad. Consider the following progression from 1 to 1-6, which contains a voice exchange in the outer voices. In order to achieve additional movement, we can fill the intervening space with passing tones. This creates an offbeat sonority that's very similar to a 5 chord in second inversion. If we add just a touch more movement by composing a lower neighbor tone in the tenor, we end up with a dominant triad in second inversion that serves to connect two versions of the principal tonic harmony. This same technique can be used between 4 and 4/6, as well as 2 and 2/6, resulting in a prolongation of predominant harmony instead of tonic harmony. And any passing 6/4 progression can also be used in reverse, as in 1-6-4-5-6-4-1. More often than not, the fifth of the passing chord is doubled simply by virtue of being part of the voice exchange. When used in this fashion as connective harmonic tissue, these second inversion triads are called passing 6/4 chords. Because they serve to prolong more important and more emphatic harmonic bookends, they generally occur on a weak beat and are performed as such. Now that we're equipped to prolong tonic and predominant harmonies with triadic inversions, we can compose progressions with well-directed bass lines. This progression, for instance, begins with a tonic prolongation that gives way to a predominant prolongation before finally approaching a cadential dominant.